Hi again. It's me, that 77-year-old woman with lots of good advice. Let me be your advisor again. Once again, this video is going to be about exercising, whether you believe you need to do it or whether you think you don't need to do it. I know nobody likes to exercise usually, and I, for one, I enjoy it sometimes, and I do go to the gym. I have a gym membership, so I like to walk on treadmills sometimes. But the reason why I like to go is because I like to get out of the house and I like to see other people. So the whole key to exercising is really moving. As long as you keep moving, you won't be losing. You know how they say if you don't move it, you lose it? That's the truth. You do. Okay, so I start my day out and I have my little eggs in the morning. And then I get up and I run around and I do whatever I want to do, whether it's laundry, go for a walk with my dogs, or maybe go to the gym. But I always have something planned to do every day. When the weather's nice, I like to go out and garden. Sometimes I like to just sit outside and enjoy the birds chirping. But at least I'm moving. I'm 77 years old, and in the wintertime I use a snowblower. In the summertime I use a rake. Sometimes I dig, shovel. Sometimes I build things with a hammer and nails. I'm always doing something. And that's another reason why I believe that I'm quite fit and healthy. Plus, I don't take any drugs, I don't eat any sugar, and I try to eat proper every day. Now, I'm not perfect. We all have our days where we have candy or what have you, which is a no-no, and it's bad, and I slap myself all the time. I say, bad girl. Not good. But I really try. And as long as I try, I know I'm on the road to truly being healthy. Now, I noticed I mentioned in the other video about my teeth. Unfortunately, when I was a child growing up, I was the second child. My mother had the first, and everything went perfect. She made sure that my sister brushed her teeth and combed her hair and kept clean and all those things. But when I came along, she didn't have time for me. Please, parents, love your children enough to make sure that you teach them good habits. Because when they don't have good habits, they end up falling apart. Luckily, I was smart enough to start figuring it out on my own when I got older, but it was too late. The candy ate my teeth up. I had a lot of cavities, and now I have a gum disease, which I'm working on. I found out another thing about chemicals. The fluoride in the water, the chlorine, all the other chemicals that we drink in our water. I started to buy spring water. I don't buy bottled water, distilled water, or any of that stuff because I don't trust it. Now that I've got this gum disease, I have been using a special toothpaste that is designed for gum disease and to help repair my teeth. Remember my first video I talked about healing and how powerful your brain is? Did you know that you can actually, and now you're going to think I'm crazy, but then again, it's okay. Think what you must. But they say you can grow teeth. So we'll see. I'm working on that. That's another thing I've been researching. But I have changed the toothpaste. I don't use any of the toothpaste that they sell you that have the fluoride and all that other stuff because those are chemicals and they're dangerous to your health. And I also found out that they're putting chemicals, or they have been for years, putting chemicals in our air, so we're breathing it. So that's another subject altogether that we can get into one of these days. But right now, let's get back to our teeth and our physical fitness. They say, too, that if your teeth aren't good, it can affect your health. You have germs in your mouth. So what do you do about the germs? Well, I take probiotics and prebiotics, and that helps because it gives me the good bacteria. But in the meantime, I have to deal with my bad teeth. I have, what do you call it? I have fake teeth I can put on to make myself look better, but I'd be lying to you, and I don't want to lie to you. I want to be honest with you. So please bear with me and my rotten teeth. I don't like my teeth either. They're ugly. It makes me look ugly. Makes me feel ugly. But I know I'm beautiful inside and out because I have a heart, and my heart says that I want to take care of you. I want you to get as healthy as I am, other than my teeth, of course. But I'm working on that. You know, it takes a long time to do research, trust me. I'm 77 years old, and I started when I was 28 when my lungs collapsed because it fascinated me on how that happened. And ever since then, I've been doing nothing but reading and researching. And I've had family members say I should have been a doctor, and I told them I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be in charge of somebody's health by giving them pills. I don't believe in chemicals. I don't believe in drugs. I can't be responsible for helping someone stay sick because that's their job. And I mean, really, if you weren't sick and you weren't going to the doctor, where would they be making all their money? And they wouldn't be living in those big fine homes and having those fancy cars to drive around in all the time if it wasn't for us being sick. It's the whole game about money and greed. But that's another story also in itself. So let's get back to exercise. If I'm sitting still for a while and I'm watching TV, a lot of times, I'll just move my legs around and I'll wiggle my ankles. Let me show you. Just doing that is enough. I'm moving. As long as you move, you're exercising. If I get too tired of sitting down watching TV, because I do watch a lot of TV, I do go to YouTube and I do learn a lot. I also like to read. I also like to take walks and go hug a tree. Yeah, I do that too. Everything has a feeling. That's where the energy comes in, and we'll talk about that in another video about your energy and if you have good energy or bad energy. But if you keep yourself physically fit and happy, you're putting out good energy. Good energy outweighs the bad energy. And it makes you so much better as a person. It really does. Makes your life better, brings more opportunity. It's amazing what your good energy can bring. And I know when people are around me, they're happy to be around me because I never talk about anything sad. I'm always happy. I try to make everybody happy. I try to make them laugh and smile. I'm an artist as well. I have another YouTube channel where I paint and I teach children and adults how to paint. I've been very blessed to have a God-given talent to be able to paint. So that's another way I enjoy my life. I do a lot of painting. All of my painting, though, is a one of a kind. I never copy anything. I get ideas from what I see out in nature or what I see in magazines or television. I get ideas and then I'll start painting. And that's another thing. Find a hobby that makes you happy. Whenever you get sad, go find your hobby because eventually it'll make you happy. So that's another thing I do. I'll have to give you my other channel down below when I get a chance to add it in. And then you can check out my paintings. I love to paint. I love to create. I'm always making something, whether it be wood or, I like to make things. And that's what I do in my spare time. So, eat right. You'll keep your weight down. Exercise by doing whatever it is you want to do. even just walking around the house. How about dancing? Do you like to dance? Turn on the music sometime and just hop around the house and dance. Dance while you're vacuuming. Dance while you're washing dishes. Move. That's the key. Move. As long as you move, you're okay. So if you hate to exercise, you can't complain if you do things like that. That's what I do. I do all kinds of things. And like I said, at 77 years old, I can run down the block. I might not be able to do it as long as I used to, but I could still do it, and that's what matters. All right, folks. Again, I love you, I care about you, and I want you to decide to be healthy. You make the choice. You decide on whether or not I'm telling you good things and advising you of good things. It's your decision, whether to believe it or not. I hope you do, because I'm advising you so that you stay healthier longer and have a better life and live a better life and be happy in your life. My next video, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to go through steps of exactly, let's see, how can I say this? Oh gosh, I'm at a loss. I want to explain to you how I've learned a lot of these things so that you can start to research on your own as well. So that if you don't find something I say to be truthful, which I'm hoping that everything I tell you is from my heart and it's true to me and my choices and my life. I'm just hoping you can bring it into your life and make it truthful in your life, because I do believe in the truth. And the truth is, I do care about you. So until next video, you all take care. I love you again, and I hope to see you again. Please, if you click like, you'll send the algorithms out so that my videos can be out to a lot of people and to help a lot of people if I can. That would be the most giftful thing you could do for me. Please like and share my videos. Get them out there. Hit that bell so that you'll know the next time I put out another video, and you'll be able to hopefully learn something else from me. Again, I thank you. And until later, bye-bye.